Okay, so here's example one. This deals with the one we kind of had in the think about it, going from seconds to weeks or weeks to seconds. And it asks how many weeks are there in 926 seconds. So again, we start by setting up our solve for given table, and we start by pulling out the information from the problem. Okay, we look for that how many, and that tells us we are solving for how many weeks. And then we look for the numbers to find the given. And in this case, we have 926 seconds. So we're solving for weeks and we have 926 seconds. So now I don't know about you, but I do not know how many seconds are in a week. But I do know how many seconds are in a minute. So I can say that there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. I still haven't made it to weeks, so I need to get a little bit bigger. If I think about minutes, I know how many minutes are in an hour, and I can say that there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Still not to weeks yet, and I don't know how many hours in a week, but I can keep going up. I can go from hours to days, and I know that there are 24 hours in 1 day. And then I can go one more step because now, do I know how many days are in a week? Yeah. I know that there are 7 days in 1 week. So now I'm ready to set up my problem. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 givens, which means I'm going to set up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. And I know that that first box is always going to be my initial given. So I'm going to put my 926 seconds in that first box, which means I cannot use this again. Now remember, dimensional analysis is all about canceling out units. So since I have seconds here, I want to find something that has seconds to put in the bottom of the second box to cancel out. And the only place I see seconds is right here, this red one. 60 seconds equals 1 minute. So my 60 seconds is going to go on the bottom, which means the other half, or the 1 minute, has to go on the top. Okay, that one's gone. Now I need to get rid of minutes. The only thing I see with minutes is 60 minutes. In order for it to cancel out, I know that that 60 minutes has to go on the bottom, and the other half, the 1 hour, has to go up top. So far I've gotten rid of seconds. They cancel out. I've gotten rid of minutes. The minutes cancel out. I'm left with hours. I still haven't made it all the way up to weeks. So I know I have to have those 24 hours at the bottom because that's the only place left I have hours. And the other half, or 1 day, has to go at the top. So now my hours are gone and I have days. Still got to get rid of days. The only place I see days is 7 days. Okay, so I know my 7 days has to go at the bottom to cancel out my days, and the other half, or 1 week, has to go up the top. Now I've gotten all the way to weeks, which is the units I want to end with. So at this point, whoops, at this point, I take my calculator out. And I remember that anytime I see a number on the top, I multiply, and anytime I see a number on the bottom, I divide. So I'll start with my 926, and since 60 is at the bottom this time, I'm going to divide by 60. In the next box, 60 is at the bottom again, so I'm going to divide by 60 again. In the next box, I have 24 at the bottom, so I'm going to divide by 24. And in the last box, I have 7 at the bottom, so I'm going to divide by 7. You could have multiplied by all those ones, but we know that multiplying any number by 1 gives you the same number. I hit my equals, and that gives me this number here, 0.001531085. So I'm going to write that down. I have my 0.00153. I don't remember the rest, so I'm going to say it's 1085. So 1085. That's missing units. It's also missing my numbers, my significant digits. So I remember leading zeros are negative or significant, but they're important because they're my placeholders. So I'm going to keep those 0.00. And then I'm going to keep 3 significant digits because 926. 153. So 1, 5, 3. And since my next number is a 1, it's just going to stay there, and my units are weeks.